Hi everyone, we are Zahara Amelia, Rafqi Triendi Marenda, Nurul Intan, Rina Septani, and Deriel Laska Lubna as group member of Syndicate. And now, we would like to present about the scenario planning of Cinema XXI. First, I would like to explain briefly about what is scenario planning. Scenario planning is a process that stimulates imaginative, creative thinking to better prepare an organization for the future. It is important because scenario builds on what is known and also incorporate the uncertainties and yet to emerge issues that impact as the known trends. Each scenario considers a different set of outcomes for these uncertainties, allowing them to be managed proactively. The difference between forecast planning and scenario planning is forecast planning only plan for one future, while scenario planning is planned for a multiple future. The reason to use scenario planning in the strategic process is mainly to decide the significant amount of uncertainty. Scenarios are particularly valuable when it comes to paradigmatic or non-linear change, especially when the product facing a maturity phases or facing competition that create a new business logic. There are several stages to create a scenario planning. Our syndicate used the 5-stage version that consists of first, orientation. We do a background research to determine the key focal issue. The second stage is exploration. We identify of the driving forces and the critical uncertainties influencing the key focal issue. The third stage is scenario and narrative creation. We do a selection of critical uncertainties to frame the scenario matrix and then create narrative of each scenario. The fourth stage is option consideration. We do a discussion of the implication and the corresponding option to each scenario. And the last stage is integration, development of early warning signal and use scenario as part of management process.
As already explained by Amel, we consider today's situation complicating business development. COVID-19 is certainly accelerating the death of the movie theater industry, including XXI and other similar services. But there are always tons of innovation, even if movie theaters are able to capture consumers who will not wait for the movie to be placed on a streaming service. This revenue source will dissipate as movie studios are increasingly going directly to their own streaming services to boost the attractiveness of their future cash flow. But let's discuss on that later on. So XXI was established under PT Nusantara Sejahtera Raya. That this group was founded by Mono as a collaboration with Benny and Harris. And currently, Cinema XXI is the largest movie theater network in Indonesia, as it serves 46 cities in Indonesia. And until today, Cinema XXI Group has made a lot of improvements, as they separated its brand into three, which Cinema XXI, The Premiere, and IMAX. So consumers love simplicity and flexibility in all of their products, and movies are no different. So streaming services fix all of that and give consumer complete control of their movie watching experience. So our research background is how XXI Cinema can survive and compete with on-demand movie streaming in the next 10 years. So the key driver was the number of online streaming platforms has increased significantly over the past 5 years. So the changes in online streaming behavior also significantly increased. As research in 2020 defined that 36% of customers prefer to stream and only 14% prefer to going to the theater.
Okay, we will move to the driving force. We've been identified some external influences and uncertainties that will significantly impact to the company choice. The driving force come from the contextual or industrial environment. We categorize it into three groups. The first one is organization that consists of operation efficiency, asset utilization, business development capability, and services value. The second one, we have transactional that consists of competitor move, customer demand, customer need, market price, and movie supplier. And the last of driving force, we have contextual that consists of watching behavior, digital and technology transformation, product coverage, and government policy. Okay, we can move to the next slide. We have critical uncertainty, and in this slide, we identify the critical uncertainty by running all the determined driving force before, and we choose the critical uncertainties by the top two of the driving force that are most uncertain and impact to the company choice. As we can see in the slide, we highlight it with the green color on the number 10 and 11. So, PT Nusantara Sejahtera Raya, or we call it Cinema 21, has two critical uncertainties. Okay, the first one is watching behavior. Watching behavior that we analyze has the most significant uncertainty and impact to the company. Why? Because some people prefer to stream online and enjoy movie at home because it is considered more time and money efficient. Okay, and the last one is digital transformation. Digital transformation is also influential on the competition between cinemas. This is because improving digital technology will increase audience satisfaction.
Now, I'm going to continue to the next step, which is scenario framework. Following the previous step, we figure out there are two driving forces that have the highest score of uncertainty and the biggest impact to the business. Those are watching behavior and digital and technology transformation. From those two driving forces, we are going to make two axes. The first axis is the horizontal axis, which is digital and technology transformation. The measurement is whether the digital and technology transformation going slow or they are going fast, while the vertical axis is watching behavior. And the measurement is whether people tend to watch movies online or they prefer to watch movie offline at the cinemas. Now, we are having four quadrants with four different scenarios. The first quadrant on the upper left side, this scenario happen when the digital and technology transformation going slow, while the people are prefer to watch the movies online. When this happen, the number of online streaming customers is high, just like current situation. Moreover, there are also various distribution channel or media for people to watch the movies online, such as social media or even an illegal movies website. And the last is, people do not care about the high quality of the videos as long as they can watch it. Now, let's take a look on the right side. On the second quadrant, this scenario happened when people prefer to watch the movies online, while the digital and technology transformation is fast. When the situation happened, the number on online streaming subscription will increase significantly. This also will cause the binge-watching behavior increase. In addition, when the technology development increase, people will be easier to create the similar streaming platform, which means low barrier to entry the market. For the third quadrant on the below left, people are prefer to watch offline while the digital and technology transformation is slow. When this happens, there are possibilities where the number of cinemas customers remains stagnant because there is no something new. On the other side, people might choose other activities to entertain themselves due to slow technology transformation. And last, the competition between cinemas might increase because they are trying to attract the customer to come to their place. At the last quadrant on the right side, this is the most favorable scenario for the company, where people prefer to watch movies offline and the technology transformation is fast. Thus, advanced technology in watching experience is needed, and the customer prefer to watch movies with special or multiple effects that lead to new watching experience. Therefore, many cinema will offer new type of watching facilities such as 4DX, new type of seat, screen, sound, and so on. So the next step is we are going to create scenario narrative, where we are going to create a narrative from the elements that already explained before. At the first quadrant, at the chaos condition, CNN Indonesia stated, people that have less access to the paid streaming platform or movie theater tend to watch movie from social media or illegal movie sites. The quality of video and unofficial translation are not their main concern, as the technology not yet in their coverage or rural area. Now on the right side, at the challenging situation, Jakarta Post stated, Indonesian rank as the top 5 highest number of internet user in the world, and they are simultaneously living the conventional way of watching movie into online streaming subscribers. The accessibility and interactivity in online streaming industry allow audiences to enjoy movie anytime and anywhere. The numbers of international and local platforms are now rapidly growing in Indonesia and around the world. Now at the below left is the no excitement condition. The text stated, during the pandemic era, cinemas suffer from loss due to government regulation, where they have to close the theater and limited the number of visitors. 10 years after the outbreak, the number of customers back to normal, just like before pandemic, which become a fresh air for the industry. All cinemas started to increase their services to win the customer. Now we are going to the right side, which is the most favorable condition for the company. CNBC stated, Cathay Cineplexes, one of the largest cinema in Singapore, just launched a new class of theater facility which offers 7D experience and more attraction to the customer. This is in line with the newest watching demand this year that's seeking for more experience while watching movie. This trend belief will be followed by cinema in other Southeast Asian countries, including Indonesia.
So what are the implications and options of each scenario? Let's take a look at the first scenario, where the digital and technology transformation is slow while the customer's behavior of watching movie is through online. The implications will be, first, less attraction at the movie theater due to the slow technology transformation. Second is high piracy of movies, resulted by high demand of online movies but poor internet coverage among certain areas. And the third is social media provides some parts of movie scenes that will potentially decrease the benefits of paid movies. And what XXI can do to deal with the situation? First is to increase service quality and pay attention to service procedures, because many customers need the flexibility to watch movies. Second is to increase the benefit of watching movies in theater, such as giving product bundles and continuous subscription. And the last is, XXI can start on investing movie theater in rural areas with different pricing models. Next is the implication of the second scenario, where the technology transformation is fast and the customer's behavior of watching movies is through online. It shows that streaming movies potentially secure larger audiences than the conventional does, because audiences prefer to watch movies with the flexibility and accessibility that only streaming movies can offer. This also led to the changing environment in people's watching behavior from conventional to online. However, with the rapidly growing number of business players in the industry, the market has become more competitive. The options that XXI can take into consideration are, first, to accommodate the customers' really need through various innovations. For example, XXI can show newly released movies not only at the cinema but also on online platforms by buying one ticket to watch one movie for one-time showing. And the second is, XXI can expand the business to movie production, where they collaborate with movie makers and the movie will be released exclusively only on XXI online platform. On the third scenario, the technology transformation is slow and the people's behavior of watching movies is offline. It indicates that the company's revenue is not growing due to the decrease in customers' interest in going to the movie theater. The number of customers is also starting to decrease because of a lack of support in technological aspects to attract customers, and market shares decrease as well, resulting from the two prior disadvantages. To overcome these problems, XXI should first increase promotions to attract more customers and gain their interest back to go to the movie theater, such as a discount price for tickets. Second, improve facilities and services to win customers' heart, such as selling a variety of snacks and foods to enjoy during the movies, and creating new value added to differentiate from other competitors. Lastly, the first scenario is the most favorable for XXI in the next 10 years, as the digital and technological transformation is going fast and by taking advantage in customers' offline watching behavior. There will be, first, technology improvement in facilities and services by competitors due to the increasing business players in the cinema industry. Second, high products or services development in the relevant suppliers such as screen, audio, or other equipment suppliers to adapt with the current market. Third, increasing demand for watching movies with experience supported by technology enhancement. And last is competitors over strong competitive advantage in technology. Based on the implications, XXI will maintain and improve its business. First, by adopting the latest technology and services and facilities that will increase the value of watching in XXI. For instance, by offering more watching experiences such as motion seats, environmental effects, and audience interactions. Also, XXI will create various types of watching facilities with the particular latest technology, for example, 5-dimensional or 7-dimensional watching experiences. So now we're talking about the integration. This is basically the part when we will need those options we have discussed earlier, by seeing the early warning signals and the use of the scenario as the part of the management processes. Let's start with the chaos scenario. The slow digital and technology transformation while the customer's behavior of watching movies is through online. In this scenario, the warning signals that can be seen are: first, high demanded movies such as box office movies and other popular movies are decreasing, as people prefer to wait on illegally copied movies to watch. Second is significant changes of movie distribution, where movies or part of some scenes in the movies are widely spread through social media such as Instagram Story, TikTok, or illegal movie sites. And the third is potential customers and post-purchase customers are no longer afraid to share the details of the stories, resulting in the less excitement of watching movies in theater, as they prefer to hear the story from others or through other platforms. The next scenario is the most challenging one for XXI, where the technology transformation is fast and the customer's behavior of watching movies is through online. The early warning signals are: first, people will more likely choose to stay at home to watch movies than to go outside to the movie theater. Second is oversupply of online streaming platforms resulted in an increasing number of business players in the industry. Third is decrease in price of streaming platforms due to the high competition in the industry. And last is the quality products and service in the streaming movie industry are improving as customers' demand for high quality products increases. Next to the no excitement scenario, where the technology transformation is slow and the customer's behavior of watching movies is through offline. First, there will be a decrease in ticket sales due to the slow improvement in technology that tends causing people to be bored. The second is there's a new trend of entertainment activity as the result of people switching to other entertainment options rather than to watch movie at the cinema. And the third is other competitors launch new programs or facilities as the competition among cinemas is increasing. And the last is the favorable scenario, where the technology transformation is going fast and customers' watching behavior is offline. The early warning signals for this scenario are: firstly, people consider cinema as a place with a lot of distractions, where they could watch a movie with interaction supported by technology enhancement. Second, there is a significant revolution in cinema's technology and equipment. Third, increasing in services and quality of the cinema industry. And the last one is this decreasing demand in regular types of services due to the customer's high demand for products and services quality. Alright, that's all from our Syndicate Group 10, and this presentation is for studying purposes only. Thank you and have a good day.